on the spot news media. We got the latest news, we don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We are going to kick it off over there in the United States of America. Some international news before we get back on the local knockings and clappings. You don't know, once Jamaicans involved, my peeps, we have to definitely carry to you the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So of course on your screen you see 4 faces. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you soon know. Yeah man. So 4 New Yorkers have been detained on Longlots Road after fleeing the Ultra Beauty store on Post Road East with shoplifted merchandise valued at more than $6,000 last week. So according to the police, all the suspects are residents of Mount Vernon in New York. So the 4 persons presently on your screen was identified as, we're going to start with the female, Candi Lue, age 44. The man beside her to her right in the white marina, Ricardo Lester, age 24. The man beneath her now, Omar Palmer, age 26. The man beside that man, Antonio Smith, age 30. So each was charged with third-degree larceny, conspiracy to commit third-degree larceny, and illegal possession of a shoplifting device in connection with the April 20 incident. So basically, just what they are. So in a layman terms, them go in a beauty product store and got Teef some beauty products valued at 6,000 United States dollars. So why On The Spot News Media talk about this? The persons from Tivoli Gardens, Denham Town, West Kingston would have already identified that female. Now that female is a prominent Krasmite from West Kingston. When time I say Krasmite, you know, she are the mama Krasmite. Yeah man, may I tell you. That female known as Candi Lue is also the mother of a reputed gang leader we end up lose Fame 3 Pines. This man presently on your screen, a man known as Blue in the criminal underworld, but his birth name Anthony Richards. So for those who don't know who Blue is, just go type in Blue On The Spot News Media and watch those videos on Blue, and there is also one there about Blue Krasmite mama Candi. Yeah man, Candi Lue, I want dangerous wicked girl from West Kingston. Somehow she find her way across the border, and it would seem as if hard life take a toll. Candi Lue and her friend them decide to go do shoplifting and get whole arm pan. So we don't know Candi Lue fate yet, cause it not drop before the court, but we are gonna follow it up and definitely bring it forth to you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora, as soon as we get more information on it. So one may be wondering why On The Spot News Media call Candi Lue a Krasmite. Now Candi Lue are one of them regular in the streets woman they wear. If you not bust the tall up tall, you can't make she scream and bawl. Yeah man. As the song say, gunman in she hole, she like that. A Candi Lue style that. Every man with Candi Lue take is a shatter in our streets. So Blue is also the son of a reputed top criminal back in the dust days. used to par with Dodos as a real top knockers and clappers, a brother known as MvRdA. Yeah, man. So hence, theme name, Blue Blue. Our last son, father, a brother with them call Tibum, another knockers and clappers, where guard man yam him food and broke the plate. And I saw Candi Lue influence Blue Blue now if he go avenge him stepfather death. Put some things in our mind about him real father and make him know say yo your stepfather always there for you when time your father lift up and gone a foreign because MvRdA no live at Jamaica for the longest while him take off himself and they are foreign too. So I saw Blue Blue end up in the badness and became one of the reputed gang leader for a gang known as Brawling Gang in a Denham town. So everybody don't know the whole story of Candi Lue, Blue Blue and the whole MvRdA story. Yeah man, and Tibum story, everything. So Candi Lue find herself in America, hard times, hit her shop, touch the streets and go do a little looting and get catch. Don't know how the things set in our streets. I could go and watch and see the outcome if Candi Lue go get deported back to Jamaica or Uncle Sam go give her a second chance at life. So you know my peeps, back to local style. Yeah man. So watch this now, we're going to look upon Jamaica's murder tally. First thing that we're going to talk about in the morning here. So more than 400 people end up lose them 3 points since the start of the year in the first 4 months. So basically, bills a month. Yeah man. The latest crime statistics published by Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF shows there were 106 homicides in April alone, bringing the national murder tally to 409 as at Sunday, April 30. So this represents 16.4% decline in loss of life year on year. So the top 5 murderous divisions is of course St. James with 54, Clarendon traveling real close with 39, Westmoreland in a close third with 36, West Kingston in a close fourth with 33, and of course the St. Andrew South Police Division in a close fifth with 31. Portland, of course, is always the most peaceful parish in Jamaica. Portlanders continue to keep it that way. So Portland only have 1 homicide since the start of the year. I hope Portland increase, none at all. All other major crimes such as knockings and clappings, injuries of persons, hold on and take, robbery, break-ins have all declined year on year. So basically Jamaica have seen a drop in the amount of people we drop. Yeah man. So that is a good thing, even though it not reach nowhere where we can say we have made significant strides or a significant dent in crime and violence affecting our great country. We have made a marginal decrease. So JCF, don't start brag and boast, say boy, thing where implement little strategies at work a certain type of way. Wholly more work left for put in because the knockings and clappings continues. Yeah man. So we are going to kick it off right now over there in the Garden Parish, the parish of St. Ann. So a brother here presently on your screen, a businessman from the parish of St. Ann, end up lose 3 pints at his home in Clamstead, Limeall in the parish. All of this took place over the weekend. He has since been identified as 42-year-old Vincent Latty. Now the St. Ann's Bay police made a report stating that sometime about 9:50 p.m. Mr. Latty had just returned home with his family and was parking his motor vehicle along the roadway. His family went inside whilst he closed the gate, and shortly after, explosions were heard. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, Mr. Latty was seen laying face down in a pool of you-know-what with a portion of corn-up wounds all over his body. Now, Mr. Latty is affectionately described as a peaceful soul in his community who just goes from his cook shop, because he owns and operates a cook shop in the area. He goes from his cook shop to home And every Sunday and certain nights, he would attend church with his family. So he's a decent enough law-abiding citizen. And everyone have them jaw drop, mouth wide open. I wonder what could have really gone for the man them eat theme food in such a way. Vincent Latty was not a criminal element. No criminal affiliation whatsoever. I've checked, I've made calls, I've spoken to persons on the ground, and everyone have the same thing to say, that Vincent Latty was a good man and did not deserve to go in the fashion that he did. So my peeps, one just is wondering right now, what really happened? Why Vincent Latty was the target of such a brazen and brutal knockings and clappings that claimed his life? Anyone with any information, please link up the squad of them so we can find the perpetrator of this crime. And as always, if you not trust the police, link on the Spot News Media, and I will definitely pass the information on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. Now over there in the parish of Clarendon, the Clarendon police is presently investigating the knockings and clappings of a man after the man will get caught up allegedly attacked a businessman and accused that businessman of being a fish. And when time we say fish, we not talk about the regular swim around in the ocean, we talk about the man them. We look upon a next man in the same way how we would have view a well-endowed woman. So the police then basically have said that knockings and clappings they have been upgraded to a homicide investigation following the loss of life of the man over the weekend. So the incident reportedly took place in the Shekels district of Four Parts, Clarendon last week. The man in question will end up kick the bucket, no longer among the land of the living. Shut-eye countryland settings was the order of the day for that man. Has since been identified as 30-year-old Leon Hall of Sandy Bay in the parish of Clarendon. So the police report suggests that sometime around 12:45 a.m. last Wednesday, Mr. Hall was at a party with a male friend who reportedly went and hugged a businessman who was also a patron at the venue. The police stated that the businessman, who is also a licensed firearm holder, kissed Hall's friend. Hall immediately began arguing with the businessman, referring to and accusing him of being a fish. So it was further reported that Hall pulled a knife and went within striking distance of the businessman and advanced towards him, threatening him in a serious manner. The businessman, the police stated, then pulled his licensed firearm and discharged one round. The bullet hit Hall in the head and he fell to the ground. The police said a crowd converged upon the businessman, who fled and sought refuge at his relative's home. Hall was assisted to the Maypen Hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. He was later transferred to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries while being treated. The police have since seized the licensed firearm and upgraded the investigation from a knockings and clappings incident to a homicide right now. So tell me this, why him take the fact that the businessman kiss femme friend so personal, that's him go back knife and bring knife gone a gun war? Him no know say and I saw the thing set in the streets. You cannot bring a knife to gun war. Yeah man, I think that the friend would have been the one who take an offense and go war the man because of him the man kiss. Obviously, probably, me no know, me never did it. The friend probably alright with him kiss. So I don't know why you go take it up on your head and go lose your 3 points. Boy, me I tell you, the thing rough out a John shop there. But anyway, make we move on. Now over there in the western section of Jamaica, we're going to visit the most murderous parish. And from here, we say the most murderous parish, you definitely know so we are talking about St. James. But this time, smack in the middle of Montego Bay proper. an arcade known as the People's Arcade, was the scene of a grisly and brutal double knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of a man and a woman. The deceased has since been identified as this man presently on your screen, 30-year-old Ricardo Green, a vendor of a Glendevon address in Mobile, St. James, and this 24-year-old common law wife, Vanessa Hopkins. She's of a St. Anne's address. It is reported that sometime around 8 a.m. Monday morning, a resident went to a room inside the arcade occupied by Mr. Green and Miss Hopkins. It is said that that person stumbled upon the gruesome discovery. Boy, may I tell you, have the people them weak in the knees when they saw Ricardo Green and Vanessa Hopkins tied up and a bullet wound to the mid back. Yeah, man. Hands and feet bound and can up wounds all over their upper body and head. The man them deal with the situation a certain type of way. Now it is reported that Green was known for selling egg sandwich from a handcart in Sam Sharp Square. He sold to persons as late night travelers, basically traveling to or from events or wherever it is that they're going to and from. He was one of those vendors who used the arcade as a base, the popular commercial hub that sells everything from food to clothes to household items. Green also lived there, occupying 2 rooms in an upstairs section of one building. However, that building was basically zoned off for residential living. But that People's Arcade and that immediate area is known as a criminal hotbed. Whole heap of knockings and clappings going over there, so. Yeah, man, over the past couple of years. Whole heap of illegal and criminal activities is known to be operated out of that particular area. So it is definitely no surprise that a man and a woman could have gotten or met their demise in such a fashion. Even though family members and relatives are still stunned, jaw drop type of thing. Can't believe so them family end up lose them 3 points in such a fashion. So basically the police and the community is definitely scouring for evidence to try to find out why Ricardo Green and Vanessa Hopkins was taken out in execution style. All I can say to the regular members of Chan Public out there, be careful, continuously look out on the corner eye. Know who no trust with uno whereabouts, know who no trust with uno business. Know the persons where uno get yourself associated with. Uno need to be absolutely careful of everything. Now is not the time for we live or behave loose. We have to cross every T and dot every I. Because if we miss even a comma, that just may lead to our demise. So anyway, my peeps, as always, a word to the wise is always sufficient. So anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.